Hey guys, this is Laurel with the Dabbling Hook, and this is going to be a quick outro to the seasonal You're on a YouTube Hop winter edition. I have been super busy, work, usual, you know. What else? Or what am I trying to say? Not what else. And because of that, and craft fairs, and just lifing in general, I have been recording clips since about mid-November, and my plan was to be so far ahead yeah, right, you know, then I'll have the video ready and waiting to post or waiting to be made live well before the winter hop deadline. Well, that's tomorrow. Today's Friday the 20th. Tomorrow's the winter solstice. Yeah, and I have not edited any of those clips, so what you're going to see is clips from, like I said, from I think it was mid-November through early December, I think. I decided I wanted to do some amigurumi because I was in craft fair mode, and I've been in shawl and amigurumi mode for a while now. And I had the brilliant idea to do that, and since I'm making and had the craft fairs, I was just going to do the amigurumis and do the clips so I can put it together and show you guys, and then take it to my craft fairs. A lot of what I made sold, I think, the winter stuff. Anyway, maybe as I edit the video, I will maybe put on the screen if something sold or not, if I remember, or if I have time, because this has to go out tomorrow, and there's a lot for us to do tomorrow because I think we have a holiday party to go to. I digress. So, like I said, intro to let you know what you're going to see. A lot of it, or I think most of it, no, not most, all of it is at my dining room table, like you've seen before, and I think one of them was at my work table right here. So you'll just see my hands and hear me talking. And I don't remember if the lighting was good, probably not, or if the angles were good, hopefully, because I was holding the camera. But long intro to say you're going to see clips, and then I will come back and let you know, or say goodbye, or whatever it is. So, okay. Okay, so because I won't have time to do any full-length projects, and I'm still in amigurumi mode because I'm still in craft fair mode, I decided to do Christmassy themed amigurumis for my winter hop. So I'm doing them in stages, so you will get clips. So this is the Meanie Greenie by Johanna Amigurumi. It's all one word. Of course, my battery's flashing. Hey, it's Laurel, the Dabbling Hook. Today is November 16th, Saturday. And you're seeing stuff here because I have a craft fair next Saturday, the 23rd, and these are going to go to the craft fair with me, but they're also going to be part of my winter hop. I may throw in some winter theme things, but I think I'm going to go the route of Christmassy themed stuff. So, because I need to tag and bag these, I'm going to be doing this in clips, hopefully. So, I decided to do amigurumis in Christmassy, holiday-ish, hopefully something wintry themed. So this first one is the Meanie Greenie by Johanna Amigurumi. It is a free Instagram pattern, and it works up pretty quickly. And of course, it's no-sew, or 99% no-sew. You do have to sew the top of something on and do a little bit of embroidery, but I made two sizes. Well, first I made the big one. Let's see if I can get it to stand. And there's, you can see the size comparison. So this is Big Twist Posh. And I doubled it here. This is the, I think, green glow is the color. Don't quote me on that. I doubled it, and in the photo on Instagram, it's definitely in the palm of the hand, so I'm like, definitely bigger. You know, doubling it, that would happen. So I decided to do it in just single-stranded. So you can see the size difference. You have to embroider the little hearts on, and then you have to, sew this on. This piece on. For this one, I actually just picked up the stitch and crocheted it on, and then for this one, I did it as the pattern said, which was to make it and then sew it on. So you can easily, you know, adjust it so it's really no sew except for the heart. So, item number 1, Weenie Greenie. We'll be going to my craft fair next Saturday. The next, I've been meaning to do Grinches for quite a while. I've done a couple of Octo versions in the past. I haven't done very seasonal Octos this year. The last, I think, 3 or 4 years I've done that, but not so much this year. But the next one is called, I'm going through my IG, it's called The Baby Grinch by Crochet Toys Pattern. And here it is. Let's see if I can get a better view that way. It's adorable. Now I have this color green in Posh. I also have the regular emerald green, but this is Bernat Blanket, and I have 3 different shades of green, so I might try doing all of them again, maybe. But yeah, this one is it's not a no-sew. The body and the head are done in one piece. Then you have to do the legs and the arms, and then do this. Those are all sewn in, and then you have to make the scarf. If I make this again, I will do the scarf in like half double or even double crochets, or maybe even extended single, because this took a little too long for me, especially with all the, you know, every 2 rows you have to change colors. But I still like the way it came out. But it's The Baby Grinch, like I said, by Crochet Toy Patterns on IG. So my facial work could use some, you know, updates, but I'm not going to take it out. I wanted to at first come all the way down, but I decided not to. And the face was a little flat, so I did a little shaping here to bring it in a bit, so I think it looks a little better. Before it was a little too flat. But yeah, so the only things I ended up sewing, I sewed the legs on and this piece on. I did crochet the arms in. Did I? No, I didn't. I was planning on crocheting in the arms, and I forgot. So I did have to sew in the arms, but you can easily crochet them in. Let's see, did I? Was it in my, no, actually I did crochet the arms in. In my next one, I was planning on doing it, but I didn't. But yeah, and then in the pattern, the eyebrow scowl and the nose are in felt, and I didn't like the look of that. So actually, let me see if I can show you. See that? It's going to focus. I'll put in a picture, but it's felt, and I don't like that look. And you'd have to like hot glue it, and that could easily be pulled off. So, yep, Weenie Greenie. Yeah, not bad. I may make it again, but the colors of this, I have like this green, which is more like a sage green, and the other green I have is Big Twist Plush, and it's a little thicker than Bernat, so I may end up with a bigger one. But yeah, wasn't too bad. Yeah, number 2, or 3 if you count these 2. And then the next one is from one of my favorite designers, which is the Friendly Red Fox. Kaylee or Callie, I don't know how she pronounces, but this is her. She has a bunch of, if you guys know, you know, a bunch of free patterns you can also buy.
she put one in an ebook that I purchased, which has crochet A through Z. Highly recommend that. But these are the newer ones that I think these are from last year or this year. But anyway, she has a squish bear pattern that you can turn into a polar bear, and she has a regular bear and a picture of the polar bear. So I matched her colors, obviously polar bear white. I was going to whip stitch the nose on, but I just did a circle of 6 and 12 and sewed that on. And not focusing, but I stitched on the eyes. I'm finding I'm liking that a lot more. These I did the sinker eyes and sparkle. This is just a regular eye, but for the polar bear, I embroidered. Not bad if I do say so myself. So yeah, her scarf was like a deeper red, more like a burgundy, but this is Dollar Tree, and this is Burnett blanket and Dollar Tree red. And I did not double that, it's just single. So yeah, this hopefully is part 1. I'm not sure what else I'll be making, but of the winter hop. So I will see you in the next clip. Okay, part 2 of the winter hop clips, or whatever it is I'm doing. Oh, okay, so I've got 2 more things. Actually, I have a whole lot more things, but they're not hoppy, wintry things. They're just stuff I've been making for the craft fair. And these will be getting packaged or tagged and bagged for the craft fair. Today is the 22nd of November, and I have a craft fair. It's Friday, and I have a craft fair tomorrow. So these will be coming with me. And what are these? Well, first, reindeer. I think this is just my 2nd reindeer I've made, or 3rd ever. I have it on my to-do list, but I never get around to it. But this is, where did I get this from? I'll put it on the screen because, yeah, I don't remember. Does he look a little cross-eyed? Every time I look at it, it looks different. And I'm by the window, so the lighting is not the best. But I got this off Pinterest, and it led to a free pattern site. I think it's Amigurumi Forum, and you can definitely tell this was translated from some other language, or English is not the first language of the person. But if you are a advanced beginner or adventurous crocheter, you could figure it out. I made a few modifications because I didn't like the way things were turning out, like the snout, the number of rounds or that they wanted you to do. It just wouldn't have looked right, so I added 1 or 2. I didn't crochet the nose, I just embroidered it on. Did the eyes, I didn't use safety eyes. Working on the embroidery. Yeah, it looks cross-eyed, at least in the camera. Oh well, that just means I need to work on it. But anyway, this is the reindeer. The antlers they did in, oh, you're at my table. You can see stuff in the background. Anyway, the antlers looks like it was done in worsted weight, but this is posh. It was thin enough, and blanket yarn is the rest of it. So it is low sew. I can't remember if they did the head separate. No, the head and body was one. The arms, instead of sewing it in, I just crocheted it in. So it's not no sew, it's medium sew. You have to sew on the belly patch, the muzzle. If you crocheted the little red spot, you would have had to sew that on, but I just embroidered it on. Sewing on the eyes, you have to sew in the ears and the antlers. So yeah, it's not no sew, it's medium sew, but it's not too bad at all. So yeah, and then of course you have to do the the scarf. And the scarf I did in just chenille from the Dollar Tree, but Otherwise, blanket yarn and posh for the antlers. So that is him. No tail. Whoops. And Snowy just went overboard. But yeah, that's it. In the camera, he definitely looks cross-eyed, but he's not too bad. Yeah, I think it's because this little highlight is a little off-center, but again, character makes it interesting. All right, so that's that. That's the reindeer, and of course, Snowy. Now, this one was off Instagram, and I honestly don't remember. I don't remember if it was like one of the known pattern people or it's definitely a free pattern. And I think it's like this. It led me to somewhere. And I've got fluff. So it'll be down below or on the screen. But the nose I did a little differently. I added rounds to it. Again, I didn't like the way it was coming out. I did not use buttons. I just used the yarn and embroidered on the buttons. The legs, I had to actually take that one off because the way I had it sewn, it wouldn't sit up at all. So although it's still having issues sitting, if you futz with it, you can get it. And actually the hat helps to kind of weigh it down. What drew me to this image was this was done in like a Tiffany blue type chenille color, and it just looked very wintry and obviously snowman wintry. But I loved the color combination. I just didn't have any Tiffany blue, and although I told myself I'm not going to buy anything, I have a Joann's $5 rewards that I need to go use before it expires. So I have an errand to run, and I figured I might as well just stop at Joann and use that. And I think they have some kind of sale going on, but I'm definitely being judicious in what I buy because I have no room for more yarn, says she over and over and over again. But anyway, I ended up using blanket yarn. Did I use blanket yarn? No, I did not use blanket yarn. That's why I'm seeing fluff more than normal. I used Home Slim on here, and this is Home Slim as well. This brown color, I forget what it's called. It's definitely thicker than the white, heavier, denser than the white. The carrot nose is just chenille that I doubled up, and I gave him sparkly, bad lighting, there you go. I gave him sparkly brown eyes. It matches the this brown hair. Perfect. So unconventional snowman colors, maybe. I really, 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 really liked the Tiffany blue. If I remember, I will do a screen grab and show it, but I thought it epitomized that wintry cool feeling, and I may do it again if I can find that color with that $5. Shh, don't tell anyone, I'm buying more yarn. But yeah, these two added to the hop. Oh, turn around, it's your camera time. Yep. So I'm about to tag a bunch of other things I've been making for my craft fair, more like restock. But yeah, that's them. And not sure if I'm making anything else, but you'll see in the next clip if I did. Happy Thanksgiving, or the day after Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a restful and enjoyable time with your family and loved ones. And if you don't celebrate, I hope you just rested. Okay, so this is, I think, part 3 of my winter hop. And I mentioned that I'm doing Christmassy, holiday-ish themed things. Mostly Christmassy, let's be real. So I am making things as I have time, and because I still have craft fairs, I'm doing this in clips, otherwise they go right to the craft fairs with me. So I'm going to reach, so hopefully I'm not shaking things too much, but you can see a little bit of something here, but we have another reindeer. I made another one. The last one was a lighter color. I think the last one was more, this color, but in Bernat blanket. This is Loops and Threads Home Slim. This and that. This is Dollar Tree. And this is Posh. Posh does well for things that you need a bit of structure to. And I am more and more leaning towards not using Home Slim. Just the shedding is just, I'm not quite there yet, but the shedding is getting to me. And I bought some Carpe Chunky, and I don't think I'm going to, unless I really, really need it, I don't think I'm going to buy it again. It's just, yeah, it's still not doing what I need it to do, and I'm moving a lot more back to Bernat Blanket, just good old Bernat Blanket, you know. Sometimes I need a little more smoothness. I might switch to the Home Slim. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, I made another one because the other one sold at my last craft fair, which turned out really well. It was a rainy day, and I thought people were going to show up, and they did, thank God. This one was inside, so anyway. So yeah, so I had mentioned that this was, I saw this on Pinterest, and it led to a website where it was definitely translated from something else. And I think the arms is listed as pen, like P-E-N. If you're advanced beginner or any kind of experienced crochet, you can figure it out. Turns out though, I had pegged a YouTube one to, oh, Minion 2's on the way. I'll be back. Anyway, as I was saying, I had pegged a YouTube tutorial to make a reindeer, and it turns out Rose and Lily does a tutorial for this very same reindeer, and it's by somebody, I think, on Instagram. I don't remember. There'll be a link to the Rose and Lily tutorial down below. But yeah, it's pretty much, it's the same same tutorial. The first time I made it, I did the color change on the air, and it's such a small space that this time I just whip stitch the color on here instead of doing color changes, so it just gives it added texture too. So yeah, he's done. It's a little smaller obviously than the Bernat Blanket one, but yeah, so that's that. Next, I wanted to try to do another reindeer, and I may do another full-size one. We have a Yankee swap at work, and usually everyone just buys booze, or most of everyone buys booze to do the swap, and then some people add in some, you know, things here and there, a couple other things, but it's usually like 90% booze. And this year, I've wanted to put in crochet before, but I didn't know how it would go. But this time I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to make a big toy. So I think I'm either going to make a bigger reindeer out of Bernat Blanket, or maybe a snowman or something. So that's what I plan on doing. But anyway, I wanted to do another reindeer, and this is by, shoot, who is that by? Cable and Canvas, I think. So it's a YouTube tutorial. No, I don't think it's Cable and Canvas. It's crochet something. Anyway, I'll put the name on the screen, and there'll be a link below. I don't think it was Cable and Canvas, but anyway, it's a no-sew reindeer, like a chubby reindeer. This is blanket yarn. This is Dollar Tree on the nose, and then this is whatchamacallit, Michael's Home Slim. So, and she did the legs, or the bobble legs, in a different color. And at first she did, in the tutorial, she did the tail in the same color as this, but then she also said, oh, you know, it probably would have looked better, I guess, in regular. So I took mine out and did it that way. Not the greatest yarn choice, but that's it. And she's got sparkly eyes. No, it doesn't. It look like sparkly eyes. It's just regular eyes on this one. Other things have sparkly eyes. But yeah, it was a quick one. And everything is yeah, like there's no sew. This is, you pick up the stitch and then you do that on here and then you tie it off. So yeah, can't go wrong. No sew, especially for markets. The other thing that's cable and canvas, or the thing that is cable and canvas, is these Christmas tree poppers. And I can't do it one hand. Let's see. One hand because I'm holding the camera. But yeah. We've all done her mushroom popper to death. But I'm like, oh, this would be perfect little addition to my last December fairs. I have this coming Wednesday, I have a 2-hour boutique that I did the first time last year. So I figured I have to figure out what to bring because the space is limited. So these little things I'm hoping will be good. And then that Saturday I have my last full craft fair. It's one I've done for years at a high school. So hopefully I'll be able to do a few of these. Depends if they sell on Wednesday. And then I just signed up for a local one here in my town. And it's at a brewery, and it's a sip and shop. So I'm hoping people will want to spend money. I've had good luck at a different brewery, a beer and coffee brewery place that I've done with them twice before, and now they're trying to bring in other vendors, so us returning people kind of are out of luck. This year they decided to do it inside and outside, and I can't do outside because I have Raynaud's where I lose all circulation in my fingers. So I can't be outside, and the inside spots, which used to be free, they charge for, and those went in a flash, so it was out of luck there, which is a bummer. But anyway, I got into this other one, so this will go with me. All this to say, this obviously with all her pop-ups, no sew, which is cool, and I really like this. I made the bottom just a little bigger, I think 1 round bigger. I did an additional increase in the bottom because I didn't care for the smaller bottom piece. So this is all in Posh, and the top is just in a worsted weight. The red part is worsted weight as well, doubled, but the rest of it is all Posh. And then this one is in Dollar Tree yarn. Both of these are the Dollar Tree. This is the new marled color that they have, but this is emerald green, which is, I think, one of the nicest emerald green colors in yarns I've ever seen. It's just so rich in jewel tone. It's not showing up on camera because I'm right next to the window getting the glare, but it is such a rich, gorgeous emerald. Nope, it's just not translating on camera because of the bright light, but yep. Hers, the mouth is a little higher, like right in between the eyes. I didn't like it. My eyes are a little bigger than what she does, but you make it your own. The red here is just blanket yarn, and then this is blanket yarn as well. It's a lighter, obviously you can see it's a lighter yellow, so just consider it a brighter light. But yeah, I like these a lot. They're quick to make, but they do take a little bit of effort because of all the baubles. And then the third one I made is in Chenille Home Slim, and the red highlights, that's worsted weight as well. And then this is the Dollar Tree as well, so you can see the difference in the shades. These two are very close, but this is Brunette Blanket, that's the Dollar Tree, and that's worsted. So let's see if I can get a group shot. For all of these, I did do the extra increase. I think hers goes to 15 and I just went to 18. I did the 15 and then I also did an increase to 18. So that's them. I really like these. So hopefully I'll get a chance to make a couple more, and if they don't sell this year, they'll just go in inventory. The other thing I've been using, scrap yarn. Pam, hey Pam from Pamela's Crochet Knit Corner made this, and I think Kim ended up making one too. I might be wrong on that. But it's a tutorial by Brunatically, something like that. And these are not new. These had their moments, I think, a few years ago. So things, you know, things come and go. And everyone does theirs a little differently. And she uses the border on it that I love, that I've used on on shawls. It just makes a pretty edging, which is a slip stitch chain one. It gives you like a rickrack kind of border, but I've been making wind chimes or wind spinners, not wind chimes, I guess, wind spinners. I have all these small balls of scraps. Like some of them are like this small, some of them a little bigger, worsted weight, and I haven't been using worsted weight a lot lately in the last couple of years, so I need to do something with it. So I'm just putting them all together. The green in here is not scraps. It's my last ball of Big Twist Party. I believe they discontinued this line because it's been on clearance, and I think, don't quote me on that, or maybe certain colors, but this was on clearance when I bought it. So yeah, so I'm using that, and then this was Big Twist, but a lot of the yarns are Dollar Tree, leftovers of Dollar Tree yarn. So yep, and I'm not making mine very long, and I am adding the oh, it's spinning. I'm adding bead tassels at the bottom to help it stay elongated, because mine are not very long. I think I do like anywhere between 60 and 70 chains, and I use 3.5 millimeter or 4 millimeter hook. I think one of them is in a 4, and then the other two are 3.5. So yeah, there's this one where it's gold. So Dollar Tree, Joann's, Big Twist. So these two are Big Twist, these two are Dollar Tree. So there's this one, and then this is, yeah, Dollar Tree, Joann's, Dollar Tree, Joann's. So yeah, I was trying to go for holiday colors, and hopefully somebody finds it interesting at my markets. If not, you know, they're just there. They're fun to make. It's fun to use up the scraps, and I'll just keep doing that as a different way to use up the scraps, because I've had them for a while, and they're just sitting there, and I use little bits of it, you know, as highlights and things, but this way I'm definitely getting to use it, and I'm in the process of making another one. So I'm just adding white edging to this one, and this white edging is Brava. So I have like balls like this size or smaller just sitting around, so I'm using it. So I just started the edging on this one. All right, and last but not least, I think there's one other thing I'm gonna make, and then I will call it done for the hop, and then I'd have to put all these clips together. But I made one of these last year. Can you tell? I made a gingerbread cow for Minion 3, which is Minion 1's girlfriend. She sent a picture of a gingerbread cow, and I literally just made it from looking at the picture. And that was her Christmas present last year. And after I did that, I had a lot of the brown yarn left, so I just free-handed a gingerbread man. And I know I had written down the steps, it's pretty simple, but I liked the shape of mine last year, and I thought I had written down what I did, so I'll remember, and I can't find it anywhere. So if I think I wrote it down in a notebook, and I usually take a picture of the directions and save it, so at least I have it somewhere, and I'm pretty sure I didn't do that before I got rid of the notebook. So I just decided to make another gingy. And what's different is the slope here of this one. It's pretty sharp, which is different from the last one I did. And the last one had just 2 buttons, pink and green, and I crocheted them and sewed them on. This one, like, you know, we're in our no-sew era, and I didn't want to sew anything that I didn't have to, so I just used, I whip-stitched it on. So I originally had 2 red, and then I did the bow, and I figured I'd just add another one here. So this is the main body and arms is Home Slim in the color, I forget what the color is. That terracotta color? I forget what the color of that is. Home Slim. I've used it a lot. And then this is brunette blanket is the tie, which is just, I think I did a chain of 12 and just back, I did 1 row of single, 1 row of slip, single slip, and then I slip stitch around the whole perimeter of it and just sewed it on. Last time I did it, I had a red bow, but I figured it'd be a little different this time. I also last time crocheted the little circle and sewed that on. That's a pain, so this one is a little too far out, but I'm not changing it. The highlights on the cheek, I just whip stitched with some Dollar Tree yarn. Gave him the same, the same sparkly eyes that I did last time. This is a 25 millimeter. I was going to do the 30, but it was a little too big for me. So yeah, did that. Little, you know how the stuffing sticks out. So yeah, this is my free-handed Gingy. I want to do it again, but I may make the leg just a little smaller. Yeah, he's a little too thick. So yeah, but otherwise I'm very happy with him. So that's Gingy. Yep. So that is where I am so far. I definitely want to make the reindeer, but I think I'm going to make a regular. I saw another picture somewhere. I hope I saved it. That's what I'm planning on making. If not, I may make another gingerbread to go for the holiday party. I do have a snowman already, and no one bought it at my last craft fair, so we'll see. If it doesn't sell, then I will, I'll use it instead. So yeah. Okay, if I don't make anything else, then you'll see me doing the outro for the video, and if not, there'll be another clip, so stay tuned. Hello. So this should be the final installment in my winter hop clips, I think. Sort of hold me to that, but don't hold me to that. Work life is busy. The last few craft fair life is busy, so who knows if I will squeeze something else in. But anyway, what do we have? We have 2 more reindeers. The first is a YouTube tutorial by Sophie Tierney. It's a new one. It just came out end of November, I think. But anyway, the picture drew me in right off the bat, so I didn't have the right yarn, and I had to go looking for the right yarn, and I wanted to use Home Slim's Terracotta. Hey Kim, Crafty Nomad, I know we're on the search for that. It's sold out everywhere, but I think you just ordered online, and I didn't want to wait. So a friend and I went to Michael's, and I ended up buying a really skinny chenille type yarn that they have that I was going to triple, which I actually did use here, and I tripled it. It's like blanket yarn, but like DK size almost, or I guess worsted maybe, but it's really thin. But I tripled it for the hooves and arms and stuff. Anyway, it's early in the morning. It's 9 a.m. It's supposed to be my day off, but there's a lot going on. If you hear chirping, my carbon monoxide detector decided to fail, so somebody's supposed to come replace it. And my debit card got flagged for fraud, so now I have to go get a new one. So there's a lot going on. So I'm not quite with it this morning, but I digress. So this is it. The yarn that she used, I did not look in the description to see if she listed it, but it was like a velvet type yarn, but a little thicker one, it seemed. I'm trying to get him to sit up, but he won't because of the way the legs are. But I like the look of it. It had like a almost like a gloss to it, a reflection almost. But anyway, what I ended up doing is using Dollar Tree yarn doubled in place of the chenille Home Slim. And it's absolutely adorable. And this is the last of the brown glitter backing for my eye. I like that color a lot. So this is all Dollar Tree yarn except for the Michaels yarn that I had to double or triple. And the one thing I did different for the nose, she just had you crochet like a red nose. I think it was just 6 single crochets and then another round of 6, and that's it for the nose. But I didn't like the look of it, so I basically crocheted a muzzle and then I whip stitched the color red, so it looks slightly different. But other than that, it's pretty cute. All Dollar Tree. The white is Dollar Tree doubled. This white was a little thicker feeling than others, and it also shed like crazy when I went to sew it, so the muzzle looks a little worn because of the sewing. But yeah, I think it's adorable. So that is by Sophie Tinney on YouTube. The next one, I seem to be in a reindeer kick, so this is let's see, I wrote things down so I remember. It's from Amigurumi Today. Now it looks like a face, looks like a deer. Oh, not a deer, like a dog to me. I embroidered the eyes on this one. It's supposed to be a really small one, but obviously if you use bigger yarn you get more substantial size one. And if my voice sounds like it's fading in and out, I keep looking to see if the electrician guy comes. Oh, he just messaged me. Oh, he's running late. All right, we're good. So you came here for, you got more than you came here for. Life, always lifing. Anyway, Amigurumi Today. It's from the picture, I think it's more almost like a, what is it? If I remember correctly, like a bag buddy size. When it's done, it's a really small one. But oh, by the way, Dollar Tree, or at least mine, had some new colors, and this one they haven't had before. It is the most gorgeous chocolate brown. It's called Cocoa. This is also called Cocoa at the Dollar Tree, and that's the one they've had for a long time. But this one, it's like a rich chocolate brown with a kind of a red undertone to it. It is absolutely gorgeous. I even went online to Dollar Tree to see if I can buy it in bulk, but all their yarns now say only available in stores, which is weird. Wasn't when they first started selling, you used to be able to buy it by the case online, but I guess no more. I haven't looked in a long time. But anyway, I bought I think 6 or 8 of the skeins at the time because the color was, it's just so gorgeous. So gorgeous. This isn't doing it justice. It's absolutely beautiful and I love it. And I think I think I left like 2 or 3 on the shelf at the store that had it, so I might go back and get it. But again, I digress. Like I said, I embroidered the eyes, but oh, and the one thing I did wrong, I wasn't paying attention. I knew the head and body was crocheted as one, but I didn't really pay attention to what was starting first. I just started, and when it said to decrease, I'm like, oh, that looks a little small. So I decided to add like 3 more rows, and then I'm like, when I started on the body, I'm like, why is this part so small? I'm like, ugh, pay attention. Read the directions. So it went from head to body instead of body to head. I think my brain thought it was going from body to head. So, you know, when I thought the head was not big enough, I added the round. So it gave it a more elongated look, and I think that's why to me it looks like a dog instead of a reindeer. So I plan on doing this one again, and following the directions this time. But yeah, it was pretty easy, except you do have to, did we? No, it's crocheted in, I think. Did I? I can't remember. I think it's crocheted in. No, I think I had to sew it on. yeah, I had to sew all the limbs on, so I should be able to crochet it in next time. At least the arms anyway. But again, yep. And then this is the Dollar Tree. Yep, the original cocoa color. Oh, this. It says cocoa brown online, but on the tag, on the label, it just says cocoa. I'm like, how can both of them be cocoa? But this is cocoa brown and just cocoa. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Such a gorgeous color. Anyway, yeah, so amigurumi today, repattern. They have two. They have like a bigger regular size one that would have taken too long to make, and then I just decided to do this one, obviously in chenille, so it'll come out a bigger size. So that's that. And then I had shown the first snowman that I did, and I wanted to make another, and I started making this. I pretty much did this on my own, and then when I thought I wasn't getting the results, I went and looked at a couple of patterns. I'm like, yeah, I'm on the right track. So I kind of winged it. Except the hats I took from, and it's simple enough, but I just took it from a pattern online. I don't remember which one, but I just took the hat. The snowman that was part of that hat pattern, it's like a longer body snowman, so not what I was looking for. But yeah, I just took the hat. Yep. So yeah, I matched that one to the scarf. This is the second one that I did. And it's a little rounder. I think the first one, I'll show you. It's a little longer, and again, I think I thought I knew better and I added extra rounds. But anyway, so yeah, just a snowman with the hat. The hat is attached, so it's permanent. A little askew, I like that. And this one has glittery silver eyes. Yep. I want to paint eyes, but I just don't have the time now. So maybe in the new year I might put aside some time and give it a try. I did buy a kit, of course. So yeah, that's snowman number 1. Snowman number 2, snowman number 2, because I did that one first. I mean that one second. This one I did first. And I couldn't find my red yarn readily available at the time, so I had the green there. I just did that. I had a small ball of green, plus I wanted to use it up. So the hat, I made this one a little shorter. It's still the same pattern, but did I make it a little shorter? Yeah, I think I made it like 1 row short, because the original has 2 rows, I think, of color. Or maybe this is the original. Anyway, doesn't matter. And then this was popping up a bit, so I kind of tacked it down so it'll look flatter, but I actually do like this way better. But anyway, he has regular black eyes. And I just realized I forgot to put the buttons on here, so need to do that, because I just use yarn and whip stitch. Oh, and Kim, I saw you when you made your gingerbread man, you went sideways, and I thought the same thing, like, oh, because I do mine up and down. I'm like, oh, it'll look better side up and down, and you ended up doing that for your second one, so great minds. Yeah, so I need to use some black yarn and add the buttons over here. But yeah, 2 snowman. Yep. So yeah, I apologize for the angle, but you know, time is of the essence if I want to have this ready, because I'm not going to have any time to sit and do a video the regular way once everything's done, because like I said, a lot of stuff has gone to craft fairs with me. The first reindeer I did, that sold at one of the craft fairs, so I made another one, which you saw in the previous clip, but now I made 2 more. Alright, and I think last but not least, I made 2 octos in Christmas theme. I think, well, Christmas colors, I guess. But yeah, so this one I made first with the elf hat, and he's instead of it cutting out on me this time, I pushed I pushed the button by accident. Anyway, he's white, and I was using I did him after the, what was I making? After the reindeer? No, I had leftovers from the reindeer in my bag, so I just added this color, so red and the cocoa color. And then he looks so bald, I made him the hat. Oh yeah, and this, it's not a little regular pom-pom, it's just a, I did a big bobble stitch at the end instead. After I was done, I attached that on. So that's him, all in white, with his little smile. Not sure how I feel about the colorway. I think at first I was going to do like a Santa outfit theme with red with the belt, and then I decided I've done that before, so I went this way. And then green. He looks very sprucey to me, like, you know, the tree spruce. This is all no, it's not. This is Bernat. The white is Bernat, I think. Is it? No. Yes. No. The white is either Bernat or the can you see how out of sorts I am? It's either Bernat or the Walmart brand, the Mainstay brand. I want to say it's the Mainstay. It's a little sturdier, but don't quote me on that. It's either or. And then Dollar Tree red, Dollar Tree cocoa, and the edge here is it the same? I think it's the same, not Dollar Tree. Anyway, so this is Bernat, all Bernat blanket yarn. It's the red, yes, the red is Bernat. So it's a red octo with, like I said, I'm running out of backings that would go with this. I used my green on other things, so he's got pinky eyes, which I kind of regret, but can't be helped now. And then I made him just a little beanie. And again, I did an extra large bobble, and I used triple crochet when I was doing the bobble. Instead of the double crochets for this, triple crochets for that to make it bigger. And for the hat, I did 6, then I doubled it to 12, and I doubled it to 24, and then I just did single crochets, but these are extended single crochets, so it gives it nice texture. And then I just did a regular single crochet edging. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for my hop, because there's a lot of Christmassy themed, holiday-ish themed things. So that's it. Bad angle, but you get to see the things I'm making because they get packed away as soon as I'm done, pretty much. Tagged and bagged. Alright. Hopefully you'll see me in the outro, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay, so I ended up making a couple of extra things. I actually made this last night. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of December. And after this, I really am done for the video. Oh, I have no idea how many clips I've made so far. I think 4. Anyway, this is a very interesting little reindeer. I think it's called a shelf-sitting reindeer, chubby shelf-sitting reindeer. It is by the Friendly Red Fox. She is one of my favorite amigurumi designers. But I will say, I don't know how I feel about this. It was a little different. I mean, I don't mind the shape. It's like a squat little chubby, but it's not sitting, it's wobbly. Anyway, it's not bad, but it wasn't my favorite. I'll say that. And putting the legs together, she has videos, and yeah, I had to kind of do my own thing in certain places because I still didn't think it was as clear as it could be. But who am I to judge? Because it's not me making videos and writing patterns. So anyway, but and free. It's free. So you can always buy an ad-free PDF, but it's free on her blog, and she has videos to go along with certain things. So, but yeah, this is it. Oh, I use that Dollar Tree cocoa yarn, the Just Chenille. Like I mentioned, the regular one they have, it's more like a caramelly color. It's called Cocoa. And this is also called Cocoa, but on one of the, I think online, on Dollar Tree online, I think it was Cocoa Brown for this, whereas the other one is just Cocoa. But it is such a rich, luscious, dark chocolate, velvety brown color. And it's absolutely beautiful. And I did go back. I mentioned in the last clip that I was going to go back and potentially buy all the others, and I did go back, and I think there were 3 left, and I bought them from that store. Yeah, I was being greedy. But anyway, I made a reindeer. So you just have to sew on the nose, make the horn, sew them on, make the ears, sew them on. So you make the head first, and then you make the ears, the horns, and you sew those on. Oh, you see somebody looking at you back there. And then you do the body, you make the legs, you put 2 of them together, 2 of them together, and then you put the 2 halves together. That's the interesting part of it. I do love the tail though. This little, I love that. Absolutely love that. As you can tell. But yeah, you have to sew that on as well. But it wasn't bad. It just wasn't my favorite construction. Maybe if I make it a second time, I can, do stuff that works for me, because like I said, user error, I'm sure. The video just, there's certain parts of it that wasn't clear, like on the video when she's putting these 2 together, it looks like their pieces are facing one way, and then like she goes off frame a little, then it's like looks like it's facing another way. So if you know how to crochet and you're pretty confident, you can make it work, but I think a newbie would have a challenge with this. So yeah, and then you have to sew the head. After all that, you sew the head to the body. Not bad at all. And I do like it. I really like the tail. And then you have to make the scarf. I just used some Posh yarn. I had a little bit left over, and I just repurposed it, and I just did 1 row of foundation single crochet. Was it single or half? I think I did single, yeah. And just tied it on. I think her scarf was done a little differently, but you can always make it your own. But love, 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 love this chocolate brown from Just Chenille, and you can only get it in the stores, but I love it. Actually, I was going to go on Premier's site to see if they have it, and I never did, so if I remember. But I really, 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 have I said that? I really love this color. It's velvety. It's got almost like a reddish undertone. It's sort of showing up in the video now because it is a rainy, cloudy, miserable day today. And I'm by the window because everywhere I tried, the lighting was awful. So if it looks weird, that's the best we're going to do. But that's that. Okay, next I ended up making another Grinch. The first one I made sold at one of my craft fairs, and I made another one, and unfortunately it didn't sell. But it's just going to go in inventory, so that. And actually, well, no, I was going to say I was going to give it away for something else, but I made something else for that. So yeah, I didn't want to keep changing colors with the scarf. 2 rows of red, 2 rows of white, lazy. So I just did a foundation single crochet or a half double crochet, I think, and then I just went across the last row, across the top, because it was just 1 row. Or was it 1 row? I can't remember. I think I did half double crochet foundation and then went across the top with a slip stitch in white. So that's him. This is done in Bernat, and his little eye detail and nose is done in Dollar Tree. That's another color I love. They have a deep emerald, it's called, green, and it's just lovely as well. Still prefer the brown, but the green is really nice. But yeah, so that's the Grinch. This is a pattern off Instagram. Hopefully I'll have the link down below, but I don't remember by whom. But yeah, second time making it. It's a pretty quick make. And then, big one which is going to be next week. We have our office holiday team gathering, and normally we do booze and little other gifts, but it's mostly booze. And I decided I would just make crochet. I've wanted to do it before and I haven't, but this time I'm like, what the heck? I'm going to give a crochet toy. And this is way more than what the limit is for the gift giving, so I call it a win-win all around. But let's see, it's pretty huge, but this is called the Mini Grinch. You can tell it's not mini at all, it is huge. This is the reindeer next to it, and this is the other Grinch. So this is off of YouTube. It is by it's Sophie Tinney is the maker, and it is a small Grinch. I think it's more like almost a keychain or a backpack buddy size. It is probably around this big when she makes it. It's tiny. She makes it in cotton yarn with a 1.25 millimeter hook, so you can just imagine it's small. But I used Big Twist plush, which is a number 6, but I think it's more burgeoning on in number 7. It's like a heavy 6, light 7, heavy 6 yarn. Definitely thicker than the Bernat blanket. I used I forget what I used for this. I think a 6 millimeter, maybe 5.5 or 6 millimeter. But for this, I ended up using an 8 millimeter because the plush yarn is really big. So this is him. I'm gonna try and hopefully not get my messy background in the frame, but if you do, oh well. But you can see Jenga is still set up. I lost the last round. It crashed on me. But I digress. Anyway, so this is it. It's huge. It is probably, it's over 12 inches tall. I'll tell you that much. Let's see if I can, there they are. It's huge. Yeah, I think it's about 18 inches tall because of the yarn, obviously, and she uses cotton in a tiny hook. But everything is pretty much the same. This is what I didn't want to do for this one. The first time I made this, I did do the stripe, but I was too lazy. What did I use for this one? I think I used half double crochet on this one, but I didn't want to change colors because you could see the color change because you carried up, and I was too lazy to do that. But I did make his the facial feature is pretty much the same, as the designer, except she does give it the smile mouth, but I added the line detail here. I looked up, a picture online, and then I wanted this on here. Hers doesn't have it on here, and my mouth is a little more angled than hers. Hers comes down and more of a rounded smile, but I wanted that almost smirky. It's not quite look. But yeah, and the other thing I changed here, because it's cotton yarn, she did a few loops and then separated the strands, but obviously you can't do that with the chenille yarn or the blanket yarn. So I borrowed from this one and I used this method instead on here. So again, I apologize for the bad angle, but there is just nowhere to set up. And even if I were to do it, the lighting is just so bad around this time of year that it's not worth it. So hopefully you'll get the gist of everything, but I actually adore it, and I'm definitely going to make this again. This one is a no-sew. Yes, it's a no-sew pattern. It's all done in one. You make the arms first, put it aside, then you do the legs, you go up, add the arms as you go, you crochet it in, and then you do this, and then, like I said, I picked up stitches and did this right on it instead of doing something. For this pattern, it wants you to make the little frills at the top, the hair, I guess, at the top, and then sew it on. I didn't do that. I just attached the yarn and just did it, surfaced it on, and I did the same thing for hair, and I like that. So yeah, I love them. I forget what color this is in Posh. But anyway, it's green. It's all the different greens I bought. So, there we go. I'm contemplating if I should do this and this for the holiday party, but then I think I'm going to stick with the original and do this, because I am definitely going to make this one again. It wasn't bad to make at all. So, alright. You will see me in my outro, and I will talk to you guys. Bye. Okay, so hopefully you've seen everything. Hopefully I remembered to put clips in, or hopefully I would have remembered to put clips in. I don't know yet, because this is me recording stuff to put at the beginning and end, like I said. I just got home. We have a snowstorm. Yesterday when I checked, it's not a huge storm, but it's an inconvenient storm. Yesterday morning when I checked the weather, it said it was going to start today around 5, and then yesterday evening when I got home, I checked, it said it was going to start around 10 a.m. When I left for work about 6:50 a.m., it was already tiny flurries, and it was like as if there was a gray filter over everything. It was just so depressing. So the snow started, I think, around 10 at my workplace, and it's been tiny, but I work in a different state, and here at home it's not downing, what's the word I'm looking for, we're not having a deluge or anything. It's just that like a normal regular snowfall, but it's icy. It's going to be super cold this weekend. And there were accidents. I took a picture of an accident where a car was completely turned over. So I really hope everyone, whoever was involved, is okay. But it's just one of those kind of winter storm. We haven't had a lot. I think we had one storm and it melted like over a couple of days, and you know, we haven't had a lot of winter weather, but we've had lots of fluctuations in temperatures. But all this to say, I'm flustered, I'm hot. I shouldn't be in a sweater, but I am. I wanted to wear something bright today, so that's why. And I needed to get this done. And I rushed home. It took me usually takes me about an hour to go to work, come home. A little over an hour in traffic, but now my battery's flashing. It took me almost 2 hours to get home, and then I had to stop for gas because my tank was almost empty. So hopefully this doesn't cut off on me, and I can tell you bye, and I can say thank you to Kim, Crafty Nomad, for hosting, and go watch all the other people, all the other content creators who are part of the hop around, and check them out. Give them a like, a follow, and all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys whenever the next video comes out, because who the heck knows. All right. Yeah, that's it. Oh, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus, Happy all the happies, and hope you get some time to relax, and I will talk to you in the new year.